All right, we're going to do a redo on that one. I'm Steph Dupuis with Dupuis Team at Keller Williams West Sound, bringing to you the weekly market stats for Kitsap County for the week of December 6th. Whoa, hold on. We got some movement there on the camera. For the week of December 6th through the 13th, 2021. And like, subscribe, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you find this video helpful. So here's the story of this week. We're starting to see the emergence of a tale of two markets, both a seller's market, clearly a seller's market. We're starting to see indications of buyers having some sway and some influence in this market. So let's go over the stats this week. Only 53 new homes on market. Folks, this is almost half or 50% of the new homes coming on market that we normally see. So, hold on, I'm gonna see who's on here. Okay, that might be Joey. Joey, can you hear my sound on there? Like, give me a comment or something. Make sure I do this right. So, we only had 53 new homes on market this week, and we've been hovering around 100 on average, 100 new homes on market for the past year, give or take a few. And that's significant because you cannot have only 50% of your normal homes coming on market and keep the inventory up and keep the market too healthy. So we have a very anemic market right now. What I mean by that is we just don't have enough homes. We've had that going on for several years now, and you don't think it can get worse, but it can. So sellers, put your homes on market. Good time to sell. Back on market, 10 homes. That's about average. Here's the other news story. Price reductions are only 8 this week. If you go back 6-8 weeks, we're seeing, 35, 45, 52 price reductions per week. And that probably, in hindsight, looking back, was probably when this market shift began to happen. Okay, now we're stabling out. We only have about 8 new homes. Hey, thanks, Joey. 8 new homes, or 8 homes doing price reductions. Pending listings, 97 this week, which is low. We've been averaging, 150, 180 pending homes per week up until a couple weeks ago. So now what's happened, we've just seen a big market shrinkage happen. It's just gone and tightened in over the last couple weeks. We're having fewer homes on market, fewer pendings, and fewer sold homes per week. This week sold homes 107, and we had as low as 89 during Thanksgiving week. And pendings are a leading indicator. They show us how many sold homes we're going to have coming up. So as our pendings go down, we can predict that we're going to have fewer sold homes in the following weeks coming up, maybe 2 to 5 weeks from now. All right, inventory, only 194 homes on market. We're well below, stabilizing below the 200 mark right now. A little flashback to last year. We were seeing the same trend last year coming into the new year where, first couple weeks of January, we only had around 100 homes on market, which is astronomical. Hopefully we don't get to that situation again. However, it looks like we might be headed in that direction. Okay, days on market. Sellers, this one's for you. There's a little side story here for buyers. But days on market has been hovering around 20 to 25. This week it's at 18. Next week it could be 25 again. But we're hovering in that 20 to 25 day range, which means if you have a home on market, expect it to be on market for 2 to 4 weeks before you get a quality offer and a quality buyer. So we're seeing a lot of the price reductions that I'm seeing are a knee-jerk, we didn't get the offers we wanted in the first few days. Sellers, practice pointer here. I think those days are over, and the practice pointer is look at the average days on market and expect that. And that's usually what that number tells you is how long it will take for your home to sell at the correct price. And it's worth waiting for. Now, buyers, here's your side story. Buyers, I know a lot of you, because we were doing this too, when days on market were only 4 or 7 days on average for a listing to sit before it sold. If we saw a home that had been on market for 2-3 weeks, we thought that was a stale listing, but that is no longer the case. That's no longer the case. Average days on market has increased into the 20-25 day range. So if you see a home that's been on market for 2 to 3 weeks, it's probably still considered a hot listing. I wouldn't be expecting to get any deals if I was a buyer on a listing like that. You never know, because you guys are getting some deals. We're going to get to that. All right. Sales price to list price. Buyers, this week it's at 102.7, which means on average you need to make offers at 2.7% over list price. Last week, though, it was only 101, so 1% over list price. We're probably going to see sales price to list price go up and down for buyers. What this means for buyers is that this is a statistic that tells you on average how much over list price buyers are having to offer to get a home under contract. I think as the market continues to shift, and this is going to happen very slowly, you know, we may or may not see changes next week, but a month out, 3 months out, 6 months out, we might start to see some changes where that sales price to list price starts to head towards 100%, which means buyers are getting their homes at list price and eventually below 100%. And that will be an indication of a shift more towards a buyer's market. Okay, the last stat is what we're talking about, a tale of two markets right now. It's a seller's market, clearly, and we have more homes selling over list price than we do at or below. And also we're seeing indications that buyers are starting to make some headway and have more fairness, really, in their transactions. We're starting to see fewer competing offers. We're starting to see longer inspection periods. You know, 6 months ago, people were waiving inspection and they had very short inspection periods. Now we're seeing 5 to 10 days on inspection periods for offers. And here's the other stat is homes that have sold below list price in the last 2 weeks have increased by 8%. And, you know, 6 months ago, a year ago, we're seeing only like 0 homes sold below list price per week, or, you know, maybe 2 to 5. But this week we have 17. Last week we had 26 homes sold below list price. So we're clearly starting to see what we mean by a tale of two markets. It's clearly a seller's market, and buyers also think it might become becoming a buyer market. I think that's premature, but the mindset's still there, and those two markets merge and coexist. Okay. If you found this video helpful, please like, share it with your friends, make your comments below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis Team at Keller Williams West Sound, and we will see you right here next week, same time and place.